Welcome back everyone, I am the Depressed Dior, and this is Sengoku Gensokyo. Almost there. That's what I keep telling myself anyway. Alright. Let's see if we can keep the pressure up. It's pretty hit and miss so far. Oh my god, we go first. Good hit. Alright. Yeah, look at this percentage. We start with so little percentage. It's very annoying. Oh great, thank you, Mirror Puppet. Alright. Take a shot at Yumiko. Yukari. Do what you can. Alright, got some good hits in. Alright, no one got stunned. That's good. Yuki's practically dead. Okay, good hits. Running out of action points though. That's a little annoying. Alright, we're in good shape. Yeah, this is over. This was a full wipe. No complaints there. And even though it was a full wipe, it was still 85%. It wasn't even 100. Alright, one more fight should do it. Unfortunately, we're not very in good shape at the moment to actually defend, though. So if they counterattack, this will probably delay things further. Alright. We'll just have to make do. For people I can use without I don't really have much in the form of defenders, but I might as well try to defend. Nothing. Good. So, and everyone's healed. So we have literally no money left. Alright. Members. Where are all levels at? Okay. Suika. Suika. Level up. There you go. Bad news is, even after we win this fight, it's not over. And we might not be able to pull off the next fight. Gate Protector, huh? Alright. Rush shot. Ow. Oh, come on! Lame. Alright, that was a good hit. Young Alice has been taken care of. And the Bind Bullet didn't hit a single person. Or if it did, it didn't do enough damage to actually warrant anything. Feels Lewis, or Luis, however you pronounce it. Another pandemonium. Alright. Takes care of that. You're dead. Yep. Alright, this is over. Okay. Leveled up, that's amazing. No way, we've lost! Residents of the old world. The Shinki-led Makai group had abruptly appeared and attacked. But even they could not stand up to Reima's army, and their leader was down on her knees. This should really be the end. There won't be any other weirdos coming from strange worlds anymore, will there? That'd be right out of a B-grade movie. This is a big relief for me, too. Now I don't have to deal with that funny feeling in my head anymore. Oh, Lady Shinki, you have been such failures. Well, I'm sorry, Lady Shinki. I'm sorry. I have nothing but regret. Don't worry about it, everyone. You all did very well. I definitely did not expect you all to be able to beat me, the Goddess Makai, though. Very well, I shall now explain our motives. Alright, that wraps it up. Good job, everyone. I'm totally exhausted, but hey, an occasion like this calls for a huge party. My, that sounds nice. We will definitely attend. Lady Yuko, not again. Sakia, go back and begin preparations at once. Yes, my lady, the courtyard shall be the venue, I take it. Yes, we can sneak in without hesitation this time. And what would you do after you sneak in? And how did you people get here? Let's just attend normally, shall we? As I was saying, I'll explain. It's starting to sound like a wonderful gathering. Scarlet Devil Mansion, huh? I'm usually too scared to get anywhere near it. Whoa, this looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. I bet there'll be a lot of great sake, too. Hamachi, you're being too gluttonous. From the exhilaration of it finally ending, and the excitement of the coming party, no one was listening to what Shinki was saying. Everyone ignoring her was slowly making her more and more agitated. Wait, what's all this about? I was just going to tell you all the details about why we started attacking. Does anyone really care about that? Yeah, you already told us that you already told us that you all got angry because we ignored you anyway. That's true. So you shouldn't be ignoring me at the end either. Excuse me, everyone. Would you mind listening to what Lady Shinki has to say? I promise it will not take up too much of your time. Is she really a goddess? Fine. We'll listen. Go ahead and explain yourselves. Hey, since you want to know so badly, I suppose I'll be gracious and tell you. I'll be heading back then. Ah, me too. I'm sorry. Honesty always works the best. It isn't really a reason you should be so haughty about it. Anyway, right? It's all your fault, you know. Once I found out you all were having so much fun, who wouldn't want to join in? Fun? Hi, I'm honored. It was more trouble than it was worth. At first we thought that after the winner of Gensokyo was decided they would attack Makai. But it seems no one ever had that intention. Well, yeah, all of us forgot. I mean, didn't know about Makai in the first place. We thought about that at this rate will be completely forgotten. Even though Gensokyo existed here once, no one recognizing us is the same as us not existing. As the ruler of Makai, I could not accept that to be the case. So for the future of my precious children, that's why you came here and made such a big fuss, huh? Uh-huh. I figured that if you all had forgotten or didn't know about us, we'll just teach you again. If we made you remember us, we would still exist. Lady Shinki, you went so far for our sake. I feel so blessed. Well, I can accept your reason for doing this, but why couldn't you have gone about it more normally? Well, that would be kind of boring. Right, little Yumiko? Please do not get me involved. I needed us to make an appearance with a huge impact so you all wouldn't forget us so easily again. And besides, it was all really fun. You don't care much about how much it bothers others, huh? And you lost anyway. Ugh. It's fine. This whole venture was never about winning or losing. We haven't lost yet. Huh? The voice made everyone turn to it. It was the smaller Alice that everyone had forgotten about. But she held a certain grimoire in her hand, An unnatural and eerie aura surrounded her. What the heck? We were about to end it so nicely, too. Lady Shinki, that's... Little else, no, don't use that book. We? No, Lady Shinki will never lose against the likes of you. I can still fight as long as I have this book. And here we go. I hope I get a free full heal out of this. Because if my A team dies, that's it. I'm not going to be able to beat her. This final battle is actually a good one to have a generic. Because if you have a generic, you can use them to learn abilities like pressure, that remove buffs. But we don't have anything like that. As she flipped the pages of her precious grimoire, containing untold amounts of magical power, the girl began to absorb all the power within her body. The whimsical mood disappeared in a flash. What power? How could one simple book hold so much power? The feeling's coming back again. This is dangerous, but it's still trying to tell me something. Hey, what the heck is that book? This magic power is far from normal. It's a magical grimoire that with the secrets of the ultimate magic written within. Little Alice wasn't supposed to be able to handle it. I can't always be a kid anymore. I must learn to master this book and use it. Yes, use it to destroy everyone. Hey, save the exposition for later. She's coming for us. Good grief, all these troublesome matters just keep coming. But this must be... No, this definitely is the final battle. Now, let's give it all we've got. Yay, full heals. Alright. I believe this goes in order, so let's go ahead and sort. Nope, that didn't work. Oh, can't sort. Okay, never mind. Well, we can easily start with our A team then. We could try to throw in Koakuma, but I don't think it's going to really help in the beginning. Actually, one thing we can consider using is... Moko. Well, we'll just have to make do. Alright, let's do this. Alright, so we get to fight against level 50 Alice and then 4 books. And the books all have special effects. So let's get this started and just start blowing up the minions first. It's important you kill the minions as quickly as possible because they cast buffs that'll make your life miserable. Diamond goes first, which I can't reach. Spade goes next, which I can reach. 1 down. Ultimate magic. And reduced her to 1 hit point. Next. Well, there goes Suika. That's great. Blade Flash. Yeah. 1 heals, 1 does cover. I don't think my debuff will work on Alice. And buff everybody. Ultimate magic again. Seriously? Really? I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be random. Not the same effect 50 bazillion times. Okay, I took care of you. You're healing yourself, that's fine. Ultimate magic again. Please hit Yuka again. Thank you. Ow. magic again. Oh, there it is. She just buffed herself. Now my attacks do far less. Ow. Oh, you're alive. Here, buff everyone again. I don't even know if it stacks, but I don't care. Actually, I can keep doing Blade Flash and not actually take any counterattack damage. Yeah, actually her using those attack spells was probably a good thing, because this buff, if she casts it when she has 2000 HP, and you don't have something like a generic that can remove it with like pressure, yeah, have fun with that. Yeah, just attack, I guess. I could move her in to get her killed, but it doesn't really matter. Also, I'm pretty sure she has a heal spell too, so let's hope she doesn't cast it. Nope. Hey, Alice. Oh. Cool, you can actually use your debuff. That's cool. Oops, I didn't mean to move closer. Oh well. Alright. Trust me, that fight can be very nasty, but the fact that we were able to kill the books rather quickly was rather nice. Gah. Ugh. No way. The power of the grimoire of the ultimate magic running through Alice was truly terrifying. The entire group barely managed to beat it together and was left exhausted from it. But it was not all over yet. This is ridiculous. It ain't called ultimate for nothing. It's not over yet. I haven't lost yet. No way. She still has so much power left? Alice stood up again, and magical energy began to gather around her. But it was not Alice. It was from the grimoire itself. It was clear that the grimoire now had its own will. Together, Alice, the one from Gensokyo, jumped in front of her. Stop! Throw that book away! As if! Who would listen to an order like that? What can I say to make her stop? If I don't figure it out soon, I can still fight. See all this magical power Eh? Oh crap. Eek. Why can't I control this power? Alice fell back exhausted, just like Reimu's group. But the grimoire continued to release a seemingly limitless amount of energy. It was reaching critical mass and enveloping its master as it went berserk. Let go of that book now! I don't wanna! Why are you so stubborn? Ugh! The uncontrollable magic energy flew in all directions. The overflowing power that seized Alice and lifted her into the air slowly. A small hole started to open in the space nearby. That hole? No, that hole was opened by this crazy power. Who knows where it'll lead to? Eh? No. Why can't I move my hand away from the book? Hey, can't you do anything? That's asking far too much. I can't generate magic power to pound that thing so quickly. Ugh, my charms aren't working at all either. No. Someone save me! Alice whispered as her body inched closer and closer to the hole. Grimoire was emitting a magic wall that prevented anyone from getting close to her, or even destroying the wall itself. The only way to counter the power from the Grimoire was to throw an equally large amount of power at it. Even the slightest mistake in judgment could cost Alice her life. Everyone was starting to give up. Then, I have to stop her. What? It's dangerous. Don't go in there. What the? Why isn't that wall doing anything? You think I know? Alice had dived right into the swirl of energy. If it was anyone else, they would have been repelled, but the magical energy provided no resistance against her at all, and easily led her through to the center. It was as if the magical energy had decided to let her in. It was as if Alice instinctively knew that the magical energy would let her in. You. It's going to be alright. Alice touched Grimoire and the raging magical energy lost its force. The energy started to return to Grimoire, but all the energy disappeared inside the book, and it then closed itself, never to be opened again. Alice floated slowly to the ground into the arms of the other Alice. She then placed her onto the floor. There were no longer any traces of magical energy within her. Are you alright? And how are you able to just waltz into the middle of that tempest anyway? All I can say is, I don't really know. And I get the feeling that we shouldn't be delving any deeper than that. I agree. I've gotten things in my memories that are better off left alone too. I'm pretty sure that you're talking about something entirely different. She's right though. It'll cause a time paradox. Just kidding. What? Don't interrupt us like that. My, such an unpolite reaction, don't you think? Anyway, it's time to watch over the emotional reunion. Yuka winked, then turned to look where Shinki was standing over the tiny Alice. The entire area was surrounded by silence. Lady Shinki. Little Alice. Shinki opened up the palm of her right hand and slowly brought it to the air. Alice closed her eye in fear of what she thought was to come, but it never came. Instead, Shinki's hand entwined around her back and pulled her close. A feeling of warmth enveloped Alice. Alice slowly opened her eyes to reveal Shinki's face right in front of her. I wanted to be strict and scold you, but I just can't. Lady Shinki, why? It wouldn't change anything if I did, right? I don't know how you got that book, but you shouldn't do things like that. But I thought that if I left it at that, then we'd have lost. I thought that if I didn't protect you, then you wouldn't look after me anymore. Thank you, but you didn't have to think so hard over it. It was never a battle where our lives were on the line after all. But you took care of all of us. It's our duty to... No, it's not. Eh? Shinki released Alice from her embrace, then put her hands onto her frail shoulders. Alice's clear and bright eyes shone right back at her. Sarah, Luis, and little Yumiko can take care of themselves now. But you, little Yuki, and little Mai all still need my care and protection. But then we don't have any reason to exist. Little Alice, I'll really get angry if you keep repeating that. I don't need some silly reason for that. Besides, because you're all my precious children. But I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Lady Shinki. The dam that held back Alice's tears finally broke, and Shinki gently held her close. Shinki then slowly stood up and turned to face Rainbow's group. Now then, it's about time we head back. Thanks for all your hard work, everyone. No, this was nothing. It was fun. Shall we come back sometime? Boo, you're being mean and stupid, Alice. Agreed. Lady Shinki, the preparations required to return to Makai are complete. We may leave at any time. As excellent as I expected, little Yumiko. You're going back, huh? Yeah, we can't leave Makai empty for too long. I'm its goddess, after all. Come back anytime you want. Actually, you'll make me remember bad things again. So try not to come back too often. We'll win next time. Alright, everyone, we're going home. Reimu, Marissa, Yuka, and everyone else. What are you calling everyone else? And you, Miss Possibility. Thank you very much for saving little Alice just now. Okay, let's go. Don't forget us this time. She smiled at me. Shinki waved in the air, and a bin to Makai appeared, just like when they showed up. Once the last person went through, it disappeared into thin air. It's all over, though it feels like the best parts were already taken by a certain someone else. Well, best to give the other some of the spotlight too. And that brings the curtains down on Yukari Yakumo's war game. Did you all have fun? Gah, don't pop out of nowhere. And this all happened because of you. Stop doing these kind of things already. Oh, I thought it was very popular and highly praised. It was so interesting and enjoyable, wasn't it? Enjoyable for you, maybe. I'd rather have had some yokai start an incident. Yukari, you got some important things to think about. Hope you didn't think I'd forget. My, what are you talking about? Don't act dumb. You know what it is. Now grant my wish like you promised. You're still hung up on that, huh? Well, I suppose a promise is a promise. What do you want? Of course it is. What I wish for. It ain't so major, but I want permission to be able to sneak into every single place. What? I'm the #1 collector of rare items in Gensokyo, after all. And I'm sure there's even more rare stuff hidden somewhere in Gensokyo. Scarlet Devil Mansion, Volet, Agogyokuro, Inte. These are the ones that come to mind immediately. There's definitely rare items there and in other places. Thus, in order to search for and appropriate those items, I want to be allowed to sneak into those kinds of places. And may I ask a question? It's not like you're they're strangers to you, so why not just go there normally rather than sneak in? You don't get it. You don't get it at all. Treasures that just fall into your lap ain't no different from normal valuables. You need to overcome barriers, persevere through hardships, and finally take it with your own 2 hands. That's when its worth shoots up like crazy. Is this what one would call missing the forest for trees? That doesn't matter. You heard my wish, so grant it already. Denied. I feel the exact same as Ryumi. I don't really care either way, but I suppose Yomu may have something to say about that. Lady Yuka, we can't let intruders in so easily. I will slice all trespassers into pieces. It's fine if you want to drop by, but stealing is a step too far, so I shall have to deny it as well. Hey Yukari, what happened to my wish? I did say I would fulfill it to the best of my capabilities. If it involves getting other people's permission, that's a different matter altogether. What? Then that's totally meaningless. Why did I fight so hard for all this while for? Jeez. Does it really matter? You always sneak into their places, or sorry, you always sneak into their places already anyway. If you're allowed to, then all those hardships disappear too. Nah, everyone's been getting more cautious lately. If I can't sneak in anymore, I'll be in real trouble. Well, that settles Marissa's wish. What about you, Reimu? Me? A wish. She hadn't actually thought of what she wished for. The Reimu from before and the Reimu standing here now wouldn't be able to answer that question. But it would be for very different reasons. Come on, let's get ready for the party. We have to get it done before the sun sets. What's that supposed to mean? So we're having one after all. I'll head back first and start preparing. I shall go as well. I've seen that mansion from far away a lot of times, but I've never actually went there. So now, let's eat a lot of tasty foods. Yeah, I'm hungry. I suppose I can stay awake a little while longer. A party is a perfect place for our music. We'll send goosebumps down your arms. I'll sing with all my heart. I'll collect admission fees. All of you should stop that. Yes, anyway, let's get a move on. What? You've been grinning to yourself for a while now. It's a secret. Can't you actually smile without making others suspicious for once? Whatever, we're heading off first. Hey, wait up! Reimu flew off into the sky. She saw no one in front of her, but she did not need to turn back and look. There would be people around her, looking towards her and following after her. That was something she now knew. She would no longer live alone. Instead, she would live for herself and everyone else. She did not know how to phrase her feelings in words, but surely, in the not-too-distant future, she would learn. The Hakare Shrine Maiden, Reimu Hakare, the protector of Gensokyo, simply smiled quietly to herself. Yukari was drifting over the Hakure shrine. Sorry about that, guys. The volume was I can't control the volume for those sound clips. Alright. From her position, she could see Reimu sweeping the shrine grounds as usual. The atmosphere was quiet, showing no hint of the ruckus that had occurred just a while ago. Yukari looked down on that scene, fully satisfied. Beside her was another figure, looking at Yukari with a similar satisfied expression. Heh. You've been staring at me for quite a while now. Do I have sake on my face? Even if you did, I don't need it. I'm just glad that it all turned out well. Yes, and it's all thanks to your strength. Were you really okay with that unpleasant duty I gave you? You were worried about that, Yukari? It's fine, fine. I only used to be like that in the old days after all. Still, thank you. Well, it's still a bit too much to expect her to change immediately, but it's definitely happening, so however slowly it is. You were watching then, right? Oops, I was found out. I wanted to convey to her the importance of her friends and allies, the ones that would always stand beside her. Back when yokai and humans got along much worse, the Hakure had to be solitary and aloof. The blood grew thicker with each generation, weakening their hearts. But that era is no more. I started this entire game all to teach Reimu about the concept of friends and allies. Hey, wait a sec. What about all that stuff about incidents? That's inclusive of my original intent. If Reimu's heart remained as weak as it was, if a truly major incident occurred, she would surely make a mistake. Well, I'm sure she has an idea of the right thing to do now. I'd be really mad if she didn't anyway. Haha, indeed. Now, it's time for us to stop being busybodies and keep an eye on her all the time. Let's just watch over her every so often now. Right, I'll go over to the shrine for a drink then. Call me if anything happens. Suika waved goodbye and flew towards the Hakure shrine, leaving Yukari to take one last glance at Reimu. Yukari caught her just in time to see her raising her head to greet her guest. What, you're here again? Of course, it's like my daily routine. Am I interfering with anything? Nah, you aren't. Take a seat and relax for a bit. I'll go make some tea. As you wish. You're being real weird though. Did you eat something bad? Who knows? Weirdo. Looks like we've got another guest. Good grief, why does everyone always gather around here? Ah, well, guess I'll go greet them. Gazing at the usual sky, feeling the usual wind, with her usual friends beside her. Reimu herself may well have been unaware, but something inside her was changing, slowly but surely. Friends as far as she could see, all of them looking towards the path to tomorrow. Their journey had just begun. And there you go. Which is why I get this background now. Originally the background was that bluish more background that kind of ripples. But yeah, overall the game's pretty decent. The visual novel stuff isn't too bad. If you generally have any complaints about the fan fiction, really it's probably just because you hate the game, the entire game in general. Beating the game does unlock national mode, so I'll go ahead and show that off real quick. You can use edited status data, which means you can actually edit the stats of characters or make new characters and stuff like that. Though do be careful about doing that because those characters will remain in the list, and the AI can use them too. So, for example, if you just start making like ridiculously superpowered characters and tossing them in there, and the AI gets a hold of them, have fun with that. So I'm just going to choose no. And this is national mode. So national mode, you have a few choices. For one, you can pick what team you play as. Each of them have their own difficulties and their starting territories. The difficulties range from, I think, what is it? Low to good luck, which is the human village. I did manage to beat the game using the human village once. It's actually pretty difficult to do on normal. There's also multiple difficulties. You have easy, low, or normal, hard, and lunatic. And it seems like you get some extra money at the start of these harder difficulties, but at the same time you have to deal with the AI that just grows a lot faster. You can also do things like randomize statuses and alliances, which means you can actually randomize the characters entirely, not just leave them locked into their teams. If you hit this checkbox here, you'll have access to the Kirasame Magic Shop, which will have an initial stock of goods that do not increase throughout the game. So what you see is what you get as far as the Magic Shop's concerned. Though you can still get random drops if you're playing on anything other than Lunatic. You can also see that there's some factions that weren't in the game. You have the Mountain of Gods, which has Kanako, Sawaku, Sune, Mominji, and all them, which are ridiculously powerful characters. And pretty much all the standard rules apply. Whoever your generals are, I say general in quotes, if you lose those people, you will get a game over. So be careful about that. Also, something you should do the moment you beat the game normally, start one of these games and save it. Because if you don't, you're going to have to redo the boss fight again in order to unlock National Mode, because it doesn't save it until you have a save available. And that's about it, except for the part where I can select a map. So you got the standard map, which has everything converging into the human village in the center. You got National Mode Map 1, which is kind of the same, but it moves the paths a little bit. So now everything doesn't converge as much. There's not as many corners, which are kind of interesting. One other thing you do is the Three Kingdoms map, which is reasonably balanced. As you can see, practically everything there's only a few spots that have multiple areas of attack. Also, something to note, every time you switch the map, it will randomize the starting position for the Makai Goddess Army and the Mountain of Gods, because they don't technically have a territory, so they kind of just get a random spot wherever it is. That's about it. So nothing really too important to note. There's also a bunch of other characters that don't have portraits, which will just have the Sengoku Gensokyo icon for their picture unless you replace them. There is a way to actually include their pictures, but if you do so, it will cause some weird bugs if you switch between National Mode and the actual game. So be careful about that. Like, crashing bugs type things. But like characters like Mazarin and stuff like that are available, but they don't have a portrait in National Mode. And that's about it. Overall, the game's pretty nice. I kind of wish the strategy aspect of the game was a little bit more, and the AI didn't cheat as much. But it definitely has a lot more gameplay than most visual novel type games, so I definitely have no complaints. It was also kind of one of my first Toho games, which kind of really, and since it's very thorough in its storytelling, it gave me a kind of good feel of most of the general initial thoughts about the lore, I guess you can say, even if it's not entirely accurate. And that's about it. I'm finally done with this playthrough. It took me several months simply because I've been busy with classes. So I apologize if I seemed a little bit out of it after a few certain parts, simply because there was just such a huge gap between them, for recording-wise. Other than that, look forward to the next LP. I'm the Depressed Dior, and this was Sengoku Gensokyo. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys later.